Hello, my name is Pink Space Lab, and this is the first build of my Rainbow Row Coral Sea area here. Behind me is a Lightmatica schematic. It's my first time using Lightmatica. It's a little bit difficult at first, but once you get used to it, it's amazing to use. I especially like that it gives me a material list, showing me the materials I need to go gather. So after I gather these materials, it'll probably take me a couple hours. We'll get into building this first rainbow row. I've got my materials all gathered up into a nice chest monster off to the side. Let's get started. here we are with the build done. I've decided that I want each one of these buildings to have sort of a profession associated to them, whether that be a butchery or a bake shop, maybe some maps and a bank, just like you would see in a small oceanside kind of town. This is definitely not where most of our trading will happen. I have some plans for up there in the sky to house more of our actual villager trading area. So this red one, I decided to make the butchery. So going in, got my little butcher here. He sells some things like, you know, meat, rabbit stew. Kind of wanted to give it, you know, kind of a animal heads, red theming. We go up here. We have some furnaces and some extra storage. Got a little bedroom where I would imagine the butcher would be sleeping. That is the butchery. We go back out. Our next building here is the orange building. I decided to make this the bake shop. So just a classic little bakery with some cake. He sells pumpkin pie, bread, and it's all kind of got an orange theme here. He has a little kitchen here, the sink, some furnaces. And then once again, have a little bedroom up here for the baker to sleep in. And for sometimes for us to sleep in if it gets too dark. That's the bakery. Next building here is yellow. I decided to go with kind of a maps and coin, like a cartographer and the bank. Thought that would go well with kind of that gold themed. So in here we have our cartographer. We have a map of our little town here as it's being built out. He'll sell us things like the explorer map, empty maps, which come in handy. Again, the insides are more just for fun and for some light storage, whereas most of our trading is going to be higher up there in the sky. I have a plan to build out kind of a star trader platform. Think of like maybe like a Star Wars Bespin City type feel up there in the sky. Next building here, I decided to make a banner shop. So I've decorated it with all sorts of banners. This is our shepherd, which goes well with banners. And I have some extra wool here stored, some extra banners. A little cauldron back here for when I'm making banners. I need to wash them up more. Extra storage for dyes. So our next shop here is kind of a tool shop. So I just called it Tools and Stone. Because we got some stonemasons and some toolsmith. Extra storage for bricks. Another mason here. I like to trade for bricks a lot. As you can see, I use them quite often. Little couch here, but we'll use that as bed. Create this fun little chandelier with frog lights. And as I'm sure you can hear, I've decorated with some skulk sensors in our next building here. They can get a little loud, but I like the movement. And this one's just more of a storage building. Not as much to see in here. It was a very narrow building, so I just threw a bunch of barrels and random storage. More the aesthetic of the outside that I was going for. So that's the build so far of our little rainbow row. And going along with the theming of this area, because I really wanted to keep with kind of that rainbow theme for the whole area, is I decided to go with kind of a Mario-esque rainbow road that goes all the way around, and then it's going to link up to that Star Trader idea I had up there. So think of it like a big waterfall that's coming down from the Star Trader area, down the waterfall, and then it kind of just goes into this road, river, that kind of idea. And this goes the whole ways down here. And I made it using wool, and then I overlaid some glass on top to give it kind of a translucent light effect. And this next area will be probably the next build. It's a few more buildings. I'm going to do it in a similar style as the buildings I've already built over there. Another project I want to work on in the coming videos here is a little greenhouse and bee farm that I think I'll settle right here in this kind of outline I've given myself. Kind of a big conservatory. I'm thinking lots of glass, maybe some copper. I think that would be nice to have a big bee farm slash gardens slash conservatory here. Right now, all our bees currently live over here in this kind of temporary housing, just so I can get some honey. But I think this isn't their final home. I think I want to move all the bees over to a conservatory behind the row houses. So we can get one final look at this area over here. You can see our rainbow road, our houses that we built. I'm liking how this area is turning out to be. It's very colorful, which is exactly what I was wanting. Something very bright and fun for this little ocean coral area, little ocean bay. Thanks for joining me on my first build here in our Rainbow Row area. I think it's turning out quite well so far, and I'm looking forward to adding a few more buildings, conservatory, and keep on building up this road to link up to our Star Trader up there. So got quite a few more additions to this area, and I'm pretty excited to keep building here. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in this area. And I'll see you guys all later. Thanks.